Hi everybody, I'm Jones.
And I'm Mann. And we're Jones and Mann. And tonight we're jonesing with
Crystal.
And we're jonesing on Ballotin Caramel Turtle Chocolate Whiskey.
Ooh.
All right. So, Crystal, thank you for joining us. I know that you are not a big time drinker, so hopefully that, we can make it through. Jones, I know you're going to be super excited about this one.
Yeah.
So this is
Sugar Barrel.
It is Ballotin. They source their own whiskey. They don't make their own whiskey. They source the whiskey.
Okay.
And they blend it with a chocolate craft. So I don't know how they do that. But it's supposed to be a natural chocolate flavor. They have, I think, 4 flavors. This is the chocolate turtle. There's like a bourbon ball. There's a mint chocolate. And then I think there's one more. And I'll post that down below, all 4 of you. Well, it depends on how this one goes.
So, any idea where they get their juice from?
It didn't list where they got the juice from. There was no list about age statement. It just says fine whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that starts out as a bourbon and they just leave it at whiskey once they blend it, because once you blend it, it's not bourbon anymore. But this is a 60 proof for a 750 milliliter bottle. Cost me, I want to say $26. I think it retails for about $30.
Okay.
Cool?
Cool.
So this is your first time joining us.
Yes.
So what we do is we do house rules. We'll do a neat pour and we'll do a pour on the rocks.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will do some sniffing, talk about what we like, what we don't like. We'll rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being I don't like this. Let's push it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
5 being, ooh, this is my new favorite. I might start drinking.
Slap my mama.
Yeah, slap my mama. No, I don't know that. That's not your mama's man. And then hopefully we can get you share anything that you got going on. Maybe even a tipsy tale. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe tonight is your tipsy tale.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah. So let's do what we do. I'm going to go ahead and crack this bottle on open. I know, Jones, you never have taken a look at this before, so I'll ask you if you have any information that you want to share about Ballotin, but I know the answer already.
You already know it's going to be a chuckle and a no.
Okay.
But I do have one request, seeing that the bottle states a 60 proofage. If we could put it on ice a little earlier.
Okay, for our non-drinker?
Yeah, definitely to tame some of that fire down.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's do that.
Go
Slide it down. I'm spilling something. I heard someone say, a friend of mine said that if you spill, that means you got to take a shot. But we're not going to do that today.
What?
But that doesn't constitute as a shot?
And like an additional shot.
Oh, my.
I think that's the rule, an addition.
60.
Now, pour these a little bit big because it's a little warm here as always in Studio West, and so it melts a little bit. So we'll let those sit. We'll swirl it around. Let's take a whiff. Okay. Right away. What do y'all think?
I got like maple.
Maple?
Syrup.
Maple syrup.
Caramel, definitely.
I would say to me, it's the blend of the chocolate and the caramel. Mm-hmm. Honestly, have you ever had a turtle before?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they come in usually like some sort of package that slides. And then it's got a little cellophane kind of wrapper thing. When you open it up, that whiff that you get is what this smells like.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it smells like.
It's got some viscosity to it and some legs. So
Yes.
I'm going to say if it tastes like this, it's going to taste like candy.
Just like sugar.
Just like sugar. You know what? But that smell reminds me of the bourbon balls. You remember we had those Patty bourbon balls?
Oh, yeah.
So enough sniffing. Let's do what we do.
Clink them and drink
Clink them and drink them.
Here. Oh my gosh, that is yummy.
That ain't bad.
That is yummy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's actually not very bad.
But listen, okay, now,
I'm sipping it.
I'm hung up because I want to talk about it, but let's do it on the rocks first. Let's do it on the rocks first. Oh.
Am I wrong? I'm still on this.
No.
You can go back and forth. Okay. This is a chance for us. See, he forgot to tell us. So somebody else is excited because they didn't whiff it and give us.
I whiffed, but I wanted to. I saw you guys going.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So I figured I would.
I get nothing now on the nose.
The ice diluted them.
So let's clink
them.
And somebody else already drank them.
Ooh, that changed the flavor a little.
Yeah, it gets
more delicate. I felt like
a little creamier.
Mm-hmm.
A little creamier.
Like that has milk added to it. Just a little.
I was just about to say like this. I got a little ice cream flavor to it right
like
down there.
Bailey's or something.
Nail on the head. Bailey's. I don't drink Bailey's much, but it's like we added Bailey's to this and chilled it.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Okay. All right. So.
I'm going back to this. Don't judge.
Don't go back. Let's start here. Now this is the time where we actually kind of talk about what we think, neat versus on the rocks, and we rate it. Are you still getting your rating together? You want one of us to go first, or?
Yeah.
Because we always say ladies first.
I'm still doing research.
Okay. I like your research. I like your research. We may have a drinker, never yet. So the neat shot was really good. The smell, I expected it to be very thick and almost have a chewiness to it. And looking at the legs, I mean, it's got some viscosity, but it is not. It is very thin, but it's filled with flavor. I think I like it on the rocks better because it gives it, I think it's because it's cool and it's refreshing. It almost is, once you put it on the rocks, it gives it a mixed drink kind of feel to it already. So I'm going to say, man, when it comes to the world of flavored whiskey, chocolate flavored whiskey, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
4.5. Wow.
4.5.
Whiskey.
Man. A flavored, because I did not expect it. I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah.
That is big talk.
A big talk.
It's nice.
All right. So you would like me to go first?
You know, I guess I will take it.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, ladies first.
Neat, I found it to be very warm and exciting.
Yeah.
And like the chocolate caramel was like amazing. It took me by surprise. I didn't expect it to be that flavorful. Definitely, like you said, I thought it would have some thickness to it, but it was fairly thin and very warming once it hit the belly. It warmed the inside.
Like, look, normally with bourbon, they say that's a Kentucky hug.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe this is a Christmas hug. It gives me like a holiday season kind of feel. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Chestnuts roasting by the door.
Okay. And we have not been drinking a lot.
No, this is only the first take.
Right, this is the first take right here.
But on the rocks, I enjoyed it. I feel like the rocks transformed it into a totally different drink.
Yeah.
I like the thinness of it, and it made it more palatable. It's like throw it back.
Yeah. So, what would you rate it?
I would also rate it a 4.5. Being a baby drinker, it was nice. It wasn't aggressive. It didn't make me like Harlem Shake.
Yeah. Because we had debate about before this off camera. I don't know. The proof is kind of high. Yeah. Ooh. What did you say? 14% was your limit. 12% was your alcohol content limit. Would you drink this again?
Absolutely. I'm going to take it home.
All right, Jones.
So we got a 4.5
and a 4.5. Yeah.
So, and as you guys saw in the beginning, with the 60 proof, I just assumed that it was going to be like stag proof. That's my new thing for like punched in the face.
Yeah.
Over
hair on your chest.
Yes, exactly. On the neat shot, it had so much flavor to it that, and it never really got to a full burn.
Yeah, no.
So that was one plus for it. And then when you say caramel turtle, I automatically assume it's going to be thick and syrupy like most flavored beverages. And you guys know I hate syrupy, sugary drinks and all that. So the neat shot had a lot of flavor, good mouthfeel, because it wasn't thick and syrupy, but it did have something for you to taste. And then when you put it on the rocks, it was like, okay, I still have that same flavor. You know, I have a lot of flavor, but it tamed back down, and like I said, it comes back to like a Christmas candy kind of vibe, like a holiday vibe. You're like, this is just like drinking candy. But the thing that I liked the most about it was you never felt the proofage of it.
At all.
And yeah, as a heavy bourbon and whiskey drinker.
Too infinite. All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so if you need no other endorsement,
Right.
You are not a drinker at all.
I am not a drinker.
So if you have someone who's not a drinker, but you want to, offer an adult beverage and get them to enjoy it, you would say this is it to go?
Absolutely.
This is TTG. Train to go.
Yeah.
And I will, I will hop on you guys for a flavored whiskey. I will give it a 4.5.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say that this is Crown Royal level flavoring. And the fact that the only thing that Crown probably would do a little bit different is you would get a little bit more of the whiskey side. But the flavor is spot on. I mean, I get caramel. Right then, I got a little bit of chocolate. I mean, it's everything's layered. It's a little lighter on the whiskey side. That's the reason why. If it had all of this with a little bit of whiskey punch, I probably would have given it a 5. Because $29 is not bad. Not bad for a fifth. $19, probably I would feel like, it might give me a headache the next day. But $29 makes me feel like, okay, well, maybe they put a little bit more investment in the whiskey. The flavor's there. It's not all about some big fancy bottle. So, yeah. So 4.5 is all across the board. I can't believe it. Yeah. So, as always, we like to try and give you a chance to shout out any social media, anything you got going on. And if you want to share while we sip a little bit of your tipsy tail.
My tipsy tail.
I feel the tipsy tail coming on tonight, but that's all.
I have one tipsy tail. I lived in England for about 8 months.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their pubs are their recreational activities. And as I stated, I don't drink much.
Right.
But I seem to have acquired an English lassie.
Oh.
One night we went pub and bar hopping, sang karaoke. By the time we were done, to quote the phrase, we were white girl wasted. And I was like, you know what? Don't go home. I have a hotel with a double bed. And I woke up and had a whole human in my bed. Well, other bed, not my bed personally.
That was a whole other tipsy tail.
That would be another tipsy
9:15 is my straightness level, but 9:15 is my favorite. All
right. So any social media, anything you got going on you want to shout out?
No, I'm kind of private. I like to live under a rock and keep it that way.
Hey, I know somebody else that might be like that.
Okay, I got a kindred spirit.
All right.
Yeah.
So as always, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Definitely click that bell for updates.
Subscribe. Thank you as always for joining us. Hopefully we can sip some of this and maybe I can introduce you to some other things and we can get you a new tipsy tail.
Oh, baby.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Don't
Jones and Mann.
Drink them.